Before we get back to the debaters' questions, I want to ask you all about a woman's right to choose, because this issue never comes up. The media is not covering this. This is the one issue that it's under the rug because of the war and the economy and so many other things. And in California, we're going to be voting on Prop 85, which is a parental notification law, for the very second time, because a wealthy man in Southern California put it back on the ballot, even though we decided that we didn't want it last time. The South Dakota is going to be voting on an abortion ban with no exception for rape and incest in a week. And depending on what happens there, 30 other states are already gearing up to introduce a similar ban. The Supreme Court, the day after the election, is going to take up the so-called partial birth abortion ban. Here in California, many pharmacists refuse to dispense the birth control pill for moral reasons. So the question is, what do you think of the current state of reproductive rights? And what do you think needs to change, if anything?
You know, I think most progressive women and men are sort of startled by where women's rights are right now. You know, for me, I feel that what's been revealed in the last couple of years with the fundamental Christians and the fundamental Muslims and the fundamental Judaism is fundamentally anti-woman at its core, and it has this religious zealotism has way too much influence on all of our cultures, and that women's rights have suffered a serious setback in the last 6 to 8 years because they've spent enormous amounts of money demonizing abortion and making it very difficult for women to even talk about having a medical procedure. It's easier to talk about having plastic surgery than it is, you know, talking about having an abortion. And there was not this moralism around abortion when Roe versus Wade was first, you know, made law 30 years ago. So, you know, as a woman and as a feminist and as a woman who, you know, is raising a daughter, it's heartbreaking to see that. I actually have a daughter who's 14, and I would hope, you know, like most parents would hope that your daughters will talk to you, but many teenagers have horrible relationships with their parents, and for all kinds of reasons. The trauma of an abortion is often having to tell your parents. So I think that, you know, we're lucky for those of us who have families where the communication flows both ways, but it often doesn't, so I don't support parent notification.